Welcome back to my channel. So during this video, I want to do a little bit different. I'm going to be doing an easy eyeshadow look. I promise you it's going to be easy. At least that's what I hope. I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Artistry eyeshadow palette, and this is the 16 color eyeshadow palette, and this is what the color scheme looks like. Now I am going to be doing my full face as well on camera today, but I will not be applying any lashes, just to save a little bit of time. It only takes me about 5 additional minutes or so. And to also save time, I went ahead and did my brows and set my lid with a concealer and a little bit of loose setting powder. So let's get started. And I promise I'm going to try my best to do a simple, easy eyeshadow as possible. So let's go ahead and get started. But my lids are already, like I said, already set with a little bit of powder and concealer. So we're going to take the BH number 12 and I'm going to go in with the second shade on the second row. And I'm going to pop it right in the crease area. And it gives it this little wash of color. And I'm just stamping it right in the crease area to set it a little bit more. And I'm going to start going up towards the brow bone with the shade as well. And it's like a peachy type matte shade, which is a little peachier than my base. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other eye. You're going to go ahead and pack it right in that crease. And I'm just stamping it like in circular motions. And we'll blend it once we get it placed in the areas that we want it to be placed in. So now I'm going to start going up towards the brow bone. And I'm still patting it and packing it on the crease going up to the brow bone. And just adding a little bit more to the other eye. So now I'm going to lightly blend the area. And I'm just lightly fluffing it. Just making sure it's blended and diffused, seamless, so you don't have any patchiness or harshness. So now I am going to go in with the Morphe 441. It's just this round, fluffy blending brush. And I think I want to go in with, I don't know. Decision. Let's see. Let's go in with the first shade on the last row. I'm trying to keep this light out. And it's this orange shade. And I'm going to apply that right in the outer V and directly in the crease area. And I'm going over to the inner corner as I place it and pack it. I'm doing the same thing in circular motion and just patting motions. I'm not doing any windshield wiper motions on this while I'm placing it, rather. The same thing for the other eye. Just want to pack it and place it. And I hope this mirror is not reflecting in this camera like this with the lights. Gonna continue to just pack it over, going over into the inner corner. And again, I'm just packing in circular motions and just patting motions. We're not blending yet, just placing. And just building it to my liking. Now you don't have to set your base. If you don't want to, you want a more intense color. But I like to set my base because it's easy for me to blend the shadows when I set my base. So I'm adding a little bit more. And I'm going a little bit above the crease with this bone, right below that brow bone area, but not all the way up to the brow bone area. So I'm lifting my eye just to make sure I have that shade right in that crease. And then make sure it's above the crease just a little bit. Okay, so let's place a little bit more right in the crease. Now we're going to lightly blend, forehead's itching, blend this shade. And I'm going to use the tip of the brush just to lightly, gently blend the edges and diffuse the crease. And I'm lifting my eye up for this process. You just want to make sure your edges are diffused like really, really good. And again, you just want to do light, light, light blending circular motions. And my circular motions are going up towards the brow bone area. I'm going to place a little bit more of the orange shade right in that outer V and back in that crease area. And then lightly fluff it again, because I just want to make sure it's the payoff is still in that outer V area. So now I'm going to, oh gosh, noisy, noisy, noisy. I'm going with this Morphe 505 brush, and it's another fluffy blending brush. And this time I want to take the, I don't know. You know what? Let's keep it real simple. I'm going to go with some glitter glue. We're not going to do that because I want to do my full base. And maybe that'll cut down a little bit of time. So I'm going with my glitter glue. And apply it on my ring finger. And we're going to apply this all over the lid. So first I'm going to blend it with my ring finger. And then we're going to pack it starting right at the center where the lash line is. And then just start patting it all over the lid. And the same thing for the other eye. Starting at that lash line and then placing the rest of it all over the lid. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my fingers off. They are sticky. So now let's go in with one of these. Do I want to do a shimmer shade? I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. I am going to take this. I had a flat brush in front of me. What did I do with that? What did I do with that? I'm going to take this, the Balm flat brush. And I think I want to do the, let's do the gold shade, the third shade on the top row, the shimmer shade. And just going to use the brush sideways because it's so big. So I can control the placement and just flick it onto the lid. Right in that center and flicking the rest in that inner corner. And then we'll go towards the outer V from the center again. Because because I want to focus most of it right on that center so it can pop right on the center of the lid. And just lightly flicking on the glitter glue. And now I'm going to start placing it right in the crease, but I'm flicking it downwards on the lid. Same thing for the other eye. Just take it and just start flicking it. And I like using my brushes like this, these synthetic fiber brushes, because it starts out with a small amount of product, and you can control how much you want to use and place on the lid. Okay, then we're going to diffuse it towards the outer V and the inner corner. Take a little bit more. And again, you want to make sure you focus it right on the center, so most of your payoff is right on the center of the lid. And then we're going to go towards that outer V and that inner corner. So now we're going to make sure it is diffused on the edges by flicking right in that crease area. It's pretty and light. Pretty and light. Yeah. So we'll take a little bit more and just pat in circular motions, just to make sure the lid is fully covered with the shimmer shade. And you can also use your finger if you like. So I think that is coming together pretty. Take a little bit more. Just make sure these inner and outer corners are covered with the shimmer as well, with the glitter glue, because you don't want it to start breaking up during the day if it's not fully covered with shadow. So all I did was lightly build it and then make sure it was placed evenly all over the lid. Take a little bit more for this outer V. So now I'm just using the tip of my brush to make sure we have some right in that crease area, because I like shimmers in my crease. Okay, so now I am going to go in with, I thought I had my little fiber brush in front of me, but I do not. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe 50, is it 50? 7, I think. But it's a small blending brush. I'm just going to lightly blend the crease area to blend out this shimmer. And I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmer on the tip of the brush and lightly place it right in the crease, because I like mine to go a little bit above the crease so we can see the shimmers. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with this Morphe 441 brush, and go back in with that first shade. We begin with this orangish shade, and just make sure it's still popped in the outer V. I think we lost a little bit of it placing that shimmer shade. Now I'm not going all the way over in my crease area with this shade, because I just wanted to make sure it's like right in this outer V area. Now I'm going to go back in with my BH, the first shade we started with, the second shade on the first row. And we're just going to pop that right above the crease area, right up under that brow bone area. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe off my brush so we can blend everything together. And I'm using my little makeup round and lightly diffusing the two shades together. So now I'm going to take the little Morphe brush I blended with, the little pencil type blending brush, this little small one, and we're going to blend the two shades together, the outer V and the shimmer shade. And I'm just doing back and forth motions. And then I'm going to go right in that crease and do a little really light windshield wiper motion. And that is going to complete the look. So, but everything's going to come together. I promise you all. It's really light. You know what? I think I need to apply a little bit more right here in this area because I want to be a little bit deeper. I think it's kind of like too light. Too light. So I'm going to go back in with that second shade with my BH number 12 and apply it right here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. It was like a little too light for me. Just pack it on the other eye. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better. And lightly, gently blend it. Okay, so I think that should do it. So now I'm going to take my makeup wipe. We are going to clean up around our eyes and finish the rest of this face. It took a little bit longer than I wanted to, but it's under 30 minutes. So now we're going to pat the micellar water right under my eye to loosen up that shadow. Okay, so I think that is pretty simple, easy. So now I'm going to go ahead with my liner. And I am going to be using my Italia liquid liner. And I love this liner. I love this liner. And we're going to apply a little bit on our lash line. Now, I'm not good at wing liners, so just bear with your girl, because I do not know how to do wing liner. I just pop liner on here and keep pushing. Hey, that's kind of, look. Get on camera and it looks good. Now the other eye is going to be, it's something else. Now get on camera, it's pretty good. It's not perfect, but hey. It's a liner, right? Same thing for the other eye. This is an awesome matte liner. Let me hush while I do this. It's not bad, not bad. My nose. Okay, so now make sure we have like a more straighter line. So we're gonna go across it again. And this is why I normally get out of hand and just jack the whole thing up. Be sitting here trying to fix it. Okay, so let's fix this other eye one more time so we can finish this look. Because if I keep going, I'm going to jack it all the way up. cool. I like it. I like it. Better on camera than it would have been off camera, I tell you that. So now I'm going to take my Essence mascara. And this is the one, False Lash Effect. I love Essence mascaras. They are really, really good. Now this is where I would apply my lashes, but I'm not going to do any lashes today. I just don't feel like any lashes today. First of all, my allergies and the corners of my eyes have been burning like crazy. So I will not be doing any lashes. Not today. And then it saves a little bit of time too. So for my girls that really doesn't care for lashes or doesn't do lashes, perfectly fine. The look is still going to be beautiful without the lashes. I just love my lashes, but today okay, so something's going on with my camera. My battery is about to die. I'm going to try to hurry up and hopefully it let me finish. Maybe if I be quiet, it'll and just do the look, I can be done with it, right? I love talking. Okay, so I'm just coating it really good. Because I'm not doing any lashes, so I'm gonna make sure you coat the baby really good. So if I was putting on my lashes, I would not be coating as much. And I like to apply my mascara, whether I'm doing lashes or not, right before my base. Because clumsy as I am, this right here would have been on my base. And I do not want that. So this is a nice mascara. So now we're going to clean the area again. We're going to go ahead and start this base. Before this camera dies, I hope it doesn't die in the process of me doing my base makeup. Because that would be devastating to me while I'm trying to film it. Okay, so go ahead and start with moisturizing. Now moisturizing is very important when you're doing your base makeup. And I love my CeraVe, so I'm going to apply a generous, when I tell you a generous amount, I love to apply a generous amount. And I probably said that more than I should have, but I want you all to know a generous amount. Because you have to have a nice, smooth base when you are placing your foundation. I'm not going to pull these curls out today because they're not completely dry, so they're going to be like this the rest of the day. Probably should have had another clip, shouldn't I? Because it's going to be all in the way. And again, a generous amount. And then I place it on my neck as well. So, let me move this curl. Okay. Try to move that one. Because I feel like it's going to be in the way. Okay. Move those back there. There you go. So now we're going to blend in the moisturizer. And I know it's a lot, but I promise you this makes it all worth it when you get ready to apply your foundation. It's going to make a world of difference. And I know I'm very oily, but I still make sure I moisturize really good. Really good. Because that is the key to a nice smooth base. Nice and good moisturization. Did I say that right? Moisturization. Because I will make up some words. So next I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals. And I've been still hanging on to this because I have I don't know if they even still sell this, but it's a prep step. It's like a sunscreen. It has SPF 50 in it, like a sunscreen lotion type. So I do like to use this. You can use any type of sunscreen lotion, but I like to use this on top of my moisturizer. And we're going to just rub it in. And it has like a little white cast, but that's okay. But once you blend it, it blends out pretty good. So you don't have to worry about this cast, because once you put your foundation and stuff on, it's going to be perfect. So I'm going to make sure I blend it really good. And the next step is primer. So you want to make sure you got a good primer. Now I've been loving my e.l.f. I've been taking a stab at this baby. The e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It kind of reminds me of the Milk Grip Primer, but I've been loving this e.l.f. one. This has been like my really go-to. So I'll take a pump of it on my ring finger. Just a little bit. And then I'll place it right in the areas where I know I get oily and I want to grip my foundation and powders. So I'll make sure I just rub it in. And y'all know me, I always say I don't follow rules when it comes to makeup. I just do what I think fits me and how how it works for me. Like, I'm looking really white over here, and there's lotion and everything else, but it's gonna come together. I promise y'all, it's gonna come together. But you know, like I was saying, I just apply products the way I feel they are useful for me. So I just make sure it is nicely blended. And let me know how you apply your products, if it's another way I should try that works for you. And then also let me know if you try my way of applying it and if it works for you. So just let me know, let your girl know. So I'm going to wipe my fingers off again. They are pretty sticky. So now I'm going to just let it sit for a couple of seconds. And then I'm going to go in with my setting powder and this color pop flat brush, and make sure we just kind of start setting. Ooh, I didn't mean to get that much, but it's okay. Setting the areas where I tend to get oily. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do right there. And I'm going to go all the way around my mouth with it, and then a little bit in my forehead area. And I also like to go over my brows with it, because I do have oily skin and my brows do tend to get oily. So now we are going to start applying our foundations. So I'm going to start out with my Clinique foundation. And I am almost out of this baby. And this is in the shade Nutty. I am almost out of this foundation. And I've been trying to find it at TJ Maxx, but they do not have it. So I'm just going to apply. And I like to apply most of my foundation right on my cheek area. This thing is almost empty. I might have to just budge and buy it regular price, but I was trying to avoid that. But it almost kind of reminds me of the Milani Perfect and Conceal foundation, because it's like really full coverage, and that's why I like it too. So I'll apply a little bit more, and I know it seems like a lot, because I like a lot, especially in this area, because I like to cover up my freckles. I'm sorry. These babies have to be covered up. So now I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush. Is that what it says? Total, I don't know, expert brush. We're just going to blend it. And I'm packing in circular motions to begin with, to kind of diffuse it and patting. We're not doing any brushing just yet. I'm going to turn the brush sideways and blend it right down my nose. And I'm not going to go directly under my eye just yet with any product. You want to just blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Pat it rather, not, well, yeah, blending and patting, the same thing, yeah. So just make sure you pat it really, really good. And I like to go like in my hairline with it. So it'll give that smooth, well, not smooth, but it looks like everything is the same tone, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to take the brush and start going down my neck with what's left on the brush. Because you have to make sure your neck has a little bit of product, not a lot. But your neck and your ears are blended with the product as well. Then I'll start going in, evenly spreading it out over the rest of my face. So you want to make sure you evenly place this product. Because that's the key to it as well, where it doesn't look like it's cut off right at the jawline. So now I'm going to take my beauty blender, and it's already wet, and just make sure everything is melted in and pressed into my skin. Into the hairline as well. So now this is where I'm going to apply a little bit under my eyes. I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution, and this is in the shade, which one is it? F10. And I'm going to apply this right below my eye area, but not right under the eye area. And I love Makeup Revolution's foundation too. And I'm about out of this baby too. When I find some stuff, I just use it, and act like I don't have anything else to use. And now I'm just adding a little bit more to go right on my cheek area. And we're just using this as a highlighting shade rather, yeah. Highlighting shade. So you don't necessarily have to use concealers. You can use whatever products you have that works for you. Like I said, you know, a few minutes ago, I just use whatever I have, and if it works for me, I just roll with it, you know. That's just how I've been doing it here lately. So now I'm going to take a little bit of my Juvia's Place, and this one is in 20, a lighter shade. And I'm going to take a small amount of this, not a lot, just a tiny amount of it. Because this is like a nice full coverage concealer as well. So you don't need much of this. And I just want a little bit of this just to kind of highlight just a little bit. So we're going to let that sit for a couple of seconds before we start to blend it out. Before we start blending it out, so let me get my, you want to make sure your powder's ready with your brush that you're going to set your under eye area with. And I'm going to be using my, do I want to use this one? No, I'm going to use this one. My Juvia's Place setting brush. So I'm just going to make sure my powder, I need to put some more powder in here, is ready to go. Now we can start to blend out the rest of this face. So I'm going to start with my chin, and just blending. And then I'm going to do my forehead and down the bridge of my nose. And I like to make sure my product is blended like really, really evenly, so I go all the way across with it, because it's not as brightening that it's going to be too light for my skin. So my eyes want to run, no. No. Again, so it's not too bright, so it doesn't matter if I go across my forehead or across my jawline with the lighter shade. So now when I start doing under my eyes, this thing is just gonna worry me to death. I'm gonna start with where I have this lighter shade, and I'm going to squeeze the blender so I can control the product. And I just like to tap it first right in that area before I start blending. I tap it right in that area, then I start going across that jaw line, and then lightly start going up towards the under eye area with the product and lightly placing it. That way my lower lash line does not have a whole lot of product placed right up under it. And I don't know if you all can see how smooth that looks, like really smooth. So now I'm going to take my setting powder with my brush, and I like to go ahead and immediately set the under eye area. So I'm going to take the brush and shake off the excess, and I like to start right where I started blending, and then I'll place the powder, and then do the same method I use with the blender, and just kind of go up towards the under eye area, not placing it directly under the under eye area first, but where I'm taking a little bit more, where I began patting the concealer, and then the same thing again, and then I really go lightly when I go under the eye area, really lightly placing it to set it. So now we'll do the same thing for the other eye. You want to make sure you just pat it right in that area till you get it blended how you want it, right in that area, so you can control it. And then I'll go around the cheek area, and then start going up with the product slowly and lightly until I get it placed right under the lash line. And now my eye wants to run, and I hope it does not do this today to me. And then I'll take the rest and just continue to lightly blend. Maybe I get my curlers, my lash curlers. So now we're going to set this the same way we did the other eye. You want to place it on the brush, but make sure you have the tiniest amount, and you want to start right there, and with what's left, start going under the eye area. And I like to do this twice just to make sure that area is covered. I'm sorry about all that noise. Same thing, start right there where we started at, because you're placing most of the product right where that nose area at, and then you're lightly placing what's left under the eye area. You see how smooth it is. It's like really smooth. Really smooth. And I hope this eye just does not keep running, because this is not where it's at today. Like, not where it's at. So now I'll start setting the rest of my face with the same powder. We're going to set the forehead area and the chin and around the mouth area. And take a little bit more just to make sure this cheek area is set really good. Oh, this powder is choking me. Normally it's not this close to my face either. Okay, so I think that should do it. So now we're going to start setting the rest of this face. I'm brightening this baby up. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but I don't want to pause it. Ugh. I think too much was like right in my nose area, knowing I have allergies. That's probably on my eyes. So now I'm going to go in with my bronzing powder. And y'all know I love my black radiance. So I'm going to take my black radiance. I'm going to use this e.l.f. Total Face brush. I think that's what it is. Flawless brush. And I'm going to place it on here and just start placing it right where that ear area going down the jawline. And I'm not doing the swiping motion, I'm doing the patting motion. And I like this brush because it doesn't apply a whole lot of product as like a dense brush would. So I'm doing the same thing, just packing. And then we're going to go up the temple with what's left. And around the forehead area. Because you still want that little bronzing effect, you just don't want it too deep. Like too deep. This stuff is about to choke me. Hold on, guys. Let me drink a little. It's like dry me all the way out. So I'm going to take a little bit more of the bronzing powder. Just to make sure it's deepened up just a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to take this Lurella, and it's just this large fluffy brush. We are going to apply some blush. Now, where's the closest blush in front of me? Let's do the Carity Blush Balm. And this is the Burgundy Blast palette. And I have really been dogging this baby out. So we're going to take both of the pink shades. I just wish I would have my Juvia's Place in front of me, that peachy. I think that would have been cute. And this is a very, very pigmented blush, so you want to lightly place your blush. I don't like that real dark blushy effect, so I like the light. So I'm going to, my camera stopped. I'm actually going to wipe off this brush because I placed the blush that I want. I don't want that real deep blush look. So I'm going to wipe off my brush and lightly flick the blush and pat it. I'm not like stripping it, but just patting it a little bit, trying to diffuse it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead with the same palette and use the highlighter shade. So I'm going to go in with the, what brush is this? This is an e.l.f. brush as well, the highlighting brush. And we're going to take the highlighter in the palette and lightly place it right above that blush shade. I think this eye is just going to give me a run today because look at that. Place a little bit more. And I like this brush because it's not as dense and it gives that nice glow of a highlight rather than an overwhelming highlight. And I still highlight my nose, y'all. I know some people have gotten all the way away from it, but I still like to highlight my nose. Okay, so now I am going to go in with my setting powder. Now I've been using a flat brush instead of a beauty blender to shape my face with my setting powder. So I'm going to take this flat ColourPop brush and I like to go down the shape of my jawline. And I don't remove a whole lot off the brush. I make sure it's still a generous amount. Because I feel like it's easier than the brush. It works for me much better. And you see, give that sharpness. Yes. So now I am going to, let's put a little bit more mascara. I know I don't do this, but what should I not? I'm not going to do that because I will mess this baby up. So I'm going to take my liner by, which one is this? Maybelline Define a Line in black. I'm going to pop a little bit of liner right on my lower lash line. Now, I don't go all the way to the inner corner when I'm applying this, because it will run straight down your face. Straight down your face. So I'll stop right before I get to that tear duct area, which is like right here with my liner. This eye here is just like, look at it. It does not want me to be great today. Does not want me to be great today. So with that, I'm gonna let it kind of like settle down a little bit, because it does not want to do right. So while that's acting a fool on me, I'm gonna go ahead and go back in with this BH number 12 brush. We're gonna blend out these edges of these shadows, so you don't have that harshness that you see going on right now. And just make sure everything is blended to your liking. I don't want to dig too much over here, because let me tell you, this thing may be running like super duper crazy, like super duper crazy. So now I'm going to go back in with my eyeshadow palette. And what I've been loving lately, when I do my lower lash line to apply color to my lower lash line, I have been loving using an, what's this, a liner pencil. And I've been loving this only because I don't like the shadow to drop way below my lower lash line. So I've been loving using a, what kind of brush is this called anyways? Eyeliner brush. So I'm going to go in with, let's do the chocolate shade. The last shade on the second row. And what I've been loving to do is just take the brush and sideways and just pat it right on that lash line. And you can see where you can control how much it's placed, and it's not running all the way down my eye. So I've been loving this method, and just lightly pack and build the shade to your liking. And I use the side of the brush to pack the shade. Same thing for this eye. Because again, like I said, it gives you that control where you don't have shadow dropping down your face. I like the color, but I don't like how sometimes it just goes all the way down. Especially with my eyes being the way they are, running and allergies and all that stuff. So I like this method. Let me know if you try it and if it works for you. So now I'm going with the shade right above it. Let's see if this shimmer shade applies. And then we're going to pop that right from the center to the inner corner, placing it. You want to do a little bit more flicking. If you're using a shimmer shade, just flick a little bit more. And the same thing for this one. This is a beautiful gold shade. Because, you know, normally if you apply some shimmers in this area with another type of brush, you're going to have plenty of fallout. With this glitter, this shimmer shade, if it's not, you know, placed right, and if it's a bit heavier brush, a bigger brush rather, fluffier brush. If you like me and love shimmers, because I love some shimmers, so when I started doing this a couple of weeks ago, I became a fan of it. Right before I took my little break off of YouTube. Cool, I like it, I like it. Pretty, pretty. So I'm gonna pack a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe off the brush. You know what, let's just go ahead and try to use this first shade as a highlighter shade. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to pop it right in the inner corner. Is that working? No, let's not do that because I need some glitter glue for that. That's actually a glitter, more like a glitter instead of a highlighter. So I'm going to take my Rodeo Dry by Ofra. Now it's popping, highlighting. Now I'll pop it right in the inner corner, and you can actually blend it with the tip of the brush. And you can use any eyeliner brush, as long as it's a little small, skinny brush like this one. And doing the same thing for this eye, just make sure you pop it right in there. And I like this too because you're not applying a whole lot of shadow. You can apply just as much as you want without overdoing it. You can layer it and build it. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. You can layer it and build it. Cool. So now I'm going to take my mascara and we're going to coat these lower lash line. Oh gosh. With this eye, let's see what it does. First I'm going to coat the top ones once again. Just a little bit. Not all the way to the root of it, but just the tip of where we place all these powders and stuff. You don't want to lose your definition of your lashes. So I'm going to place a little bit on the lower lash line. Watch I jack it up. Trying to lift up this lash on that side that keeps on causing my eyes to run. Okay, so I think that pretty much does it. I like it. So now we're going to fix these brows one last time. I'm going to take my Morphe brow pencil and just make sure my tail is still there and the shape still to your liking. Cool beans. So now I'm going to take my buffing brush. This is a Morphe brush, and we're going to make sure these brows are diffused at the front of the brow. And I'm lightly flicking the product to remove that harshness. And I know this video is super long, but if I wasn't talking, I would have been done like 20 minutes tops that it takes to do the base. Okay, so you don't want to do it too hard, especially if you're using a dark brow like me, because it can get kind of really dark. Okay, so I think that should do it. So now I'm going to go back in with this Ofra by Rodeo, because I do want to highlight my under my brow bone. So I'm going to take the same brush and just lightly go under the arch of the brow with most of the product, and you can just flick out the rest of it. I like it. Same thing for the other eye. Most of it is right under that arch of that brow. And then we're going to flick the rest of it Perfect. Now let's work on these lips. So I'm going to actually wipe off this gloss plumper. First. And then I'm going to take my Juvia's Place. I think it's the Love Letter, I think. Love Me. Where'd your love letter from? Love Me. And I'm going to outline these lips. Got so much gloss on these things. Okay, let's see if that's better. Yeah, it's much better. Put a little bit more. So let's apply some lip gloss. I think I'm gonna use I love this Lurella gloss. I'm gonna use my Lurella gloss, and this is in the shade Free. Priceless. Y'all, I can't see what for flip. Priceless. That what it say? Yeah. Yeah, priceless. I'm gonna apply this to my lips. I love this shade. It's like the perfect nude shade. Cool. So now we're going to set this baby, and then I'm going to get myself together and show you the rest of the look after it is set. But we're going to go ahead and set it first. Let me see. I have to make sure this, because let me tell you, last time this thing was like getting so... Okay, there you go. I'm using my Urban Decay. Ooh. Really? This thing does not... Hold on, guys. Sorry. It's not much in here, so it's like... So I'm going to take this spray. There you go. Yeah. And I like this lighter mister spray too, because you can apply it and spray it and spray it and spray it and spray it. And I'm just whipping up my hair, and I know my hair is not going to be worth for nothing. Well, we are here now, aren't we? Okay, so you're going to make sure you spray like a generous amount. Like I like a generous amount of spray. And then I'll go in with my blender, and I'll spray my blender. And make sure we set the powder that we use to shape out the bronzing shade. And just make sure the spray is melting in your skin for the rest of your face. Now, I do not go under my under eye area. This lash is like worrying me. I'm sorry, y'all. It's like the worst right now. Okay, so I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure to this, because you want to make sure that line is gone. But it's still crisp, but it's not powder effect. Now I'm going with my Fit Me face powder. And I do also like to do this as well when I'm done with my face. I'll take this powder, and it's in Sun Beige. And we'll set right there where that powder was cut off at. So when it completely dries, you don't have that white cast hanging around where your powder was set. And I'll do this for the other areas of my face too. But mainly where I set the white powder. The setting powder, not the white powder, the setting powder. Okay, so this is my finished look. Now I'm gonna go ahead, pop my clothes on, get myself together, my scissors, and we'll be back to see the final look with everything together. See you guys in a bit. So welcome back. This is the finished look with everything. So I've showed you all how I do my complete base with this simple eyeshadow look, because y'all know I could have went more in depth with this look, because I love me some colors and colors and colors. But when I'm in a rush, I'm ready to go, I'm trying to get out the house, this is pretty much the look I go for. Like I said, it does not normally take me that long to do the base or the shadows, but since you know you're filming and you're talking through it, it takes a little bit longer. But I hope you guys found it beneficial. And again, like I said during the video, let me know your thoughts on it. What techniques you use. Does it work for you? I'll try it out. If my technique worked for you, let me know what parts of it you tried and how did it work out for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you have not done so already, comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel. And become part of my YouTube family here. I would love to have you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye.